All right, Levack, we like to, during every season, have an insider.
Right.
Now, it's already known that we're going to have Buster Olney again this year, every Thursday at 5:15. But gosh dang it, Levack, we're the home for New York Yankees baseball.
Yes.
We need a Yankee that's been on the field.
Yes.
We need a Yankee that understands what he's watching, what he sees.
Yes.
We need somebody to give us the insight of how things go down in the clubhouse.
What are you trying to tell me?
I'm trying to tell you that every Wednesday at 5:15 throughout the entire New York Yankees season, joining us will be former Yankees catcher, two-time World Series champion, Jim Leyritz.
What?
Jim, how we doing, baby?
What's happening, guys? How you doing?
Doing great, man. We're excited to have you, dude. This is going to be a lot of fun.
No, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's been a few years since I've been back doing this again, but I'm looking forward to it. And there's nothing better than Yankee baseball, and I'm sure with this year, there's going to be a lot of things to talk about because this is going to be a whole new team, a bunch of young kids coming up, and it should be an interesting season.
This is fantastic because you were one of those young kids that started that 90s dynasty coming up with the Yankees. 90 was your rookie season, right?
Yeah, that's the way I kind of look at this team right now. Is that, they're not our 1990 team because we were horrible, but they're about our 93 team, to where Bernie Williams is coming up, and followed by Sterling Hitchcock, Andy Pettit, and then of course Jeter came in '96. So I think the one thing that these guys are finally getting an opportunity in the minor leagues, just like we finally did, is when there was no longer Cano, Jeter, A-Rod, and Teixeira in front of these guys. Now, some of these young kids are going to get that opportunity, and it's going to be probably more on a part-time basis. But you know what? Just like my situation was, I came up, we got a chance to play, and they proved that I can come in when we need it and be a good bench player, and hopefully we'll find some of those young kids in the minor leagues that have been waiting their opportunity.
Well, for sure, the Yankees need all the help they can get this year. Jim Leyritz, former New York Yankee with Armen Levack on 104.5 The Team. He will be joining us every Wednesday at 5:15. Thanks to our friends at Red Wing Shoes in Clifton Park Center. They're making this happen, baby. Red Wing Shoes were just like the Yankees. Excellence is a standard. I like that tagline. I'm going to be using that a lot when we have Jim Leyritz on every Wednesday at 5:15. And Jim, with this Yankee team, so many question marks from the health standpoint, man. Beltran, Tanaka. I mean, you can name 4 out of the 5 starting pitchers. You can go Ellsbury, Teixeira. It seems like a lot of injuries to the Yankee fan. Do you look at this team as well and say, gosh, there's a lot of question marks that make me nervous?
Well, you always get worried in spring training because, these injuries are a lot more prevalent in spring training. They're usually kept a little more quiet during the season. But, it's an older team. There is a history of injuries with most of these guys that haven't been able to play the 156, 152 game schedule. You get a little bit worried about it. But I think overall, like we just mentioned before, it's going to take some of these young kids that get that opportunity when these guys are hurt or when they need a day off to come in and say, here's my chance to do something. You look right now at the injuries, and you got 3 or 4 of your main guys out. With Teixeira, Gregorius, and Ellsbury being hurt. I think Ellsbury comes back today, but these injuries are going to happen during the course of the season, and that's why Joe Girardi is going to have to be really smart in who he picks for his bench. Because if you guys remember, that was our strength back in the day when we had that run. Was our bench was just as strong as our starting lineup, and I think that's what they have to find.
Well, that is one of the things that this team had been taking shots for is a lack of a farm system. As somebody, I'm going to go fanboy, as somebody who watched you play 89 at Heritage Park, Albany Colony Yankees, that farm system you guys had, it was fantastic, and it also got very little respect at that time.
Well, of course. We started the season off 74-30. Rodney Imes had 17 victories, and they weren't moving him up. Unfortunately for Buck Showalter, they kept that team together. We won the championship, but at the same time, it was frustrating being a guy that had led the league in hitting the year before, in the Florida State League, and then in Double-A was leading the league in hitting in '89, and not getting an opportunity. It was hard, but that's just it. The door did finally open, and I was one of the first ones they brought up, and then the door opened for Kevin Moss and the Oscar Zokars, and then the pitching staff of Hitchcock, Pettit, Bernie Williams came up a little bit during that time. So these guys are going to get that chance, and we just got to hope as Yankee fans that some of these guys are going to be the Bernie Williamses, the Jim Leyritzes, and the Andy Pettits, and come up and surprise everybody and really solidify and make this team good again.
Former Yankees catcher Jim Leyritz with Armen and Levack on 104.5, the team, two-time World Series champion. Levack, what do you think, man? You ready for this every Wednesday at 5:15?
Yeah, I think I can handle talking to a guy who's got 2 rings that I cheered very loudly for. A lot of things in my apartment in that time and my house at that time were broken in celebration of some heroic home runs from Mr. Leyritz's bat.
Sounds like you need a shrink, but we are excited about every Wednesday at 5:15 with Jim Leyritz. Hey, Jim, what have you been up to, man? You got the great website, JimLeyritz.com. You got the book that's out, available now. You can get an autographed copy through your website. And you're also working for the Yankees as well, right?
Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of everything. I'm on the board of a foundation. It's called The Greatest Save, which is Raleigh Fingers. He's been the main face for about the last 24, 25 years. And I'm going to be the one that kind of steps in now and takes over the next 20 years. And it's thegreatestsave.org, for people that want to look at it. It's all about striking out child predators and sex trafficking and things like that are a big hot topic right now, and something that keeps getting worse and worse over the years that we have to put a stop to. But I've been working with them. I will be back during the season working with the Yankees. Great news. When I just got home from this trip, I got my first invite in 8 years to Old Timers Day, so I'll be at Old Timers Day this year. So a lot of great things happening. Like I said, looking forward to being back fully in the family and being a part of it, and of course being back on the radio and talking. Things just keep getting better.
Now, Jim, you'll find that week to week, Levack and myself, we don't really always stay on topic. We like to have a lot of fun. That's one thing our listeners always tell us is, man, you guys have way too much fun. Guilty, man. Guilty. So I got to tell you, we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary today, and on Friday, we're throwing a party at Buffalo Wild Wings. What's your sauce? What's your wing? How do you roll a Buffalo Wild Wings?
You know what? I'm really bad because they have so many great different flavors. They have so many great different things. But I like my hot buffalo wing. That's it. That's the teriyaki. The teriyaki ones are pretty good, but I always, if I had to go back for it, it would be the hot buffalo style wings.
Now,
traditional, I like it.
The traditional, well, not like the super hot one, but the regular hot one.
Exactly. Yeah, not that fire engine one or whatever whatever that one is. But
the blazing.
The blazing. Yeah, exactly.
That's where I live.
Just the regular hot buffalo wing.
Levack throws down some blazing, and his face is blazing, Jim. Like, he gets so red and sweats everywhere, dude.
It's basically my cardio for the week. It's how I work out.
There you go.
That's not good cardio.
Burn off the calories while you're eating them. There you go.
There you go. See?
Yeah, no.
Leyritz gets me.
No, that's
Why
not,
don't you get me?
That's not good. Don't encourage Jim. Armen and Levack, 104.5, the team, and here he is, Jim Leyritz, going to be joining us every Wednesday at 5:15 as our New York Yankees insider this year, 2-time World Series champion and former New York Yankee. Jim, we're looking forward to it, man. And again, this is all thanks to Red Wing Shoes in Clifton Park Center, cliftonpark.redwingshoestore.com. They can fit your feet, your job, your hobby, and your wallet. Good stuff, baby. Jim, this is fun, and we're looking forward to it, man.
Oh, yeah, man. We're going to have some fun with this, boys. We're going to have to, because who knows what the season's going to turn out to be. This could be a good or a bad thing. And one of those things when you're doing when you're doing it on TV, and you got to find some things to say. We might have to find a few things to say about these guys this year.
Breaking my heart.
I like this. You know what that is, Levack? It's realism. I need some realism, because
there's no place for realism on this show.
Coming from pinstripe pants over here, man. We got to even it out, Jim. I like it.
One thing I always said, guys. One thing about me is that I tell it like it is. I don't tell it like people want it to be.
Beautiful. Jim Leyritz every Wednesday, 5:15. Jim,
it's gonna be a long season.
I love it, man. Looking forward to next week, Jim.
Guys, we'll talk to you soon.